One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Howdy folks, thanks for checking out the lesson here to New River Train. As you just saw and heard there, I did two arrangements, the first one being very beginner Carter style, and the second time through we get up on the fretboard a little bit and get more into intermediate to advanced and get more expressive with that melody. And we've got the capo on the second fret here, working out of C position, effectively sounding the key of D, but again working kind of out of that C shape there. And if you want to access the full length lesson, download the tabs and the audio tracks, click the link in the description below. All right, so here's the first 4 bars here. Of course, I got this capo on the second fret, mind you, and I'm working out of C position. We have a pickup on beat 3. So here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. All right. So, pick up there on beat 3, starting on the second fret of the D string, and going to the third fret, and then measure 2, open G. Gonna finger the C chord there, and we're gonna play the open G chord, open G note there, open G string, twice, 1, 2, and then a strum, down, up, and then another open G note. Very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next measure, 0 to hammer on the G, and then a strum. And I'm gonna try to just do that strum on the highest 2 strings there, the B and the E. If you hit the G string in there, that's all right. It's not the end of the world, but I am gonna hold this down. So you might catch that G string, and that's all right. And then open G, and then 2, 0 pull on the D. Okay, or if pull-offs are tricky, you can always pick it as well. And then it's gonna land on the third fret of the A, the C bass note there. And then I'm gonna do a strumming pattern just to fill in that measure. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so that strumming pattern essentially is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, with that first strum being on the bass note, okay? Very common strumming pattern. And that's just to fill in the measure, right? So those first 4 in context again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, then moving on. Very similar to the first 4. Some very similar things there, but obviously we go to the G chord. So measure 5, start with that bass note again on the A string. We do a down up strum, and then 2, 3 on the D string. And then measure 6 is just like measure 2, so open G string twice, and a strum, open G again. Measure 7 is just like measure 3. So 0 to hammer on the G, strum, open G, and then second fret D. That's slightly different, I guess, than measure 3. But I don't do the pull off, but 2 on the D there. Then measure 8, we go to the G chord, but the melody is on the D note. And then we strum a G chord, 0 to hammer on the A, and then a strum. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and So those 4 again. Ready, go. And I ended on the low string there, 3rd fret, of course the G bass note. And that's where we'll start here. In the next 4, measure 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So measure 9, we're on the G chord there, low string 3rd fret. And then we strum, so 1, 2, and then we're gonna do a little pickup here, so it'll kind of, that 3rd finger needs to kind of hop down real quick to the 3rd fret of the A. It might feel a bit awkward, but okay, but that's where the melody is. It starts on that low C note. So 3 on the A, and then open D. So we're kind of prepping for the C chord. And then measure 10. We play the open D again, and we hammer 2nd fret. Strum. 0, 2, hammer on the D again. Then open D. So that measure, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And then measure 11, we land on the 3rd fret A. Strum. Then 0, 2 on the D. Quarter notes, that is. Kind of walking up into the F chord, and that's kind of where the melody notes are as well. Measure 12. Play the 3rd fret D. And we strum the F. 3rd fret D again. Then open G, so you gotta lift the 2nd finger off. So it might take a little finger exercise, or strength, that is. Okay. Those 4. All right, then let's finish up the last 4 of this arrangement here. They sound like this. Okay, fairly straight ahead, right? So measure 13, we're still on the F. We came from the open G, and so then we pluck the open G again, hammer 2, strum the F chord. The melody is still on that G string there. It's an A note, but 1 and 2, 3, 4. So 2 quarter notes. In measure 14, we're gonna go to the G chord, but we're gonna pluck the open G string. So 1, 2, 3, and 0, 2, hammer on the G. Then the next measure, open G, strum, 0, 2, hammer on the D. Open D, and then we land on the 3rd fret A, which is the C bass note. And I'm just gonna kind of finish it out with a boom chicka boom strumming pattern here. So then measure 17 kind of ends that first arrangement, and then we pick up into the 2nd arrangement, okay, and get up the fretboard a little bit and get more in the intermediate side of things. But those last 4, so if I'm on the F chord there, so 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, there it is. So that's the arrangement, the Carter style arrangement for New River Train. If you want to access the 2nd arrangement and download all the PDFs, the multi-speed backing tracks, and get access to SoundSlice, you can slow down and loop everything. Click the link in the description below. And yeah, we'll move on to the 2nd arrangement when you are ready. Thanks for